Yes, hello, welcome back to In the Box. This is the Four Turnstiles. We're back again this week. It's myself, Glenroy. We're here with Hassan and Hakan. Hassan, what's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. You?
Yeah, man, all good, all good. Good week and that?
Yeah, it was good. Not bad. It's actually been a good week for Spurs, but yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
been good, man.
Good man, good man. And Hakan, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, all good, all good. Sort of repeating what you said. It's nice sitting up there in the league. So all well, mate, all well.
Good. I see you changed your screen to your girlfriend this week.
Yeah, just showing off her achievements to everyone who's hating on him.
You know what I mean? What's that, the golden boot for penalties?
No, mate, it's the World Cup Golden Boot, mate. I don't think an Arsenal player's won in a very long time, but anyway, let's not speak about history, eh?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, and Ellis has decided to join us. We thought he was off today.
Evening, chaps.
He was hanging out of his backside and that, but he's decided to join us. How's it going, Ellis?
Yeah, I felt better, I must admit, but yeah.
Man, I know that feeling. I felt like that last weekend, mate.
What was it? Work, do?
No, I went to watch some white collar boxing, and then it kind of just escalated, and then yeah.
Oh,
Any good?
Yeah, it was all right actually, mate. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Man, I've seen quite a few of them going on down there, but
who was headlining? Give him a little shout out.
Cole Carpenter?
Say again?
Cole Carpenter?
No, last night the headline fight was Tony Dharma.
Tony Dharma?
Tony Dharma?
Yeah.
What, Antonio?
Oh, what, really? What, did you watch it? How did you get on?
Yeah, mate. He schooled old matey.
Oh, go on, good on him.
Go on, Tony. Look at that. Free bit of publicity there, Ant. You know what I mean? Big up yourself.
It's not that. I don't think that's that.
So it's that one. Different one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the old one?
No, I think it's the younger one.
Ah, same. Yeah. Anyway, lads. So weekend results. Hassan, gonna run through the results this week and that.
Yes, mate. 1 minute. Give me a second. I weren't prepared. That's so bad.
Yeah. So off the cuff, you know what I mean?
Off the cuff. Right, yeah. So starting off the early kick-off yesterday, we had Man City 3, Everton 1. Then we got Palace 1, Leicester 0, Huddersfield Town 0, Newcastle 1, Spurs 1, Burnley 0, Watford 3, Cardiff 2, Wolverhampton 2, Bournemouth 0, Fulham 0, West Ham 2. And then today's fixtures, we've got Brighton 1, Chelsea 2, Southampton winning their first home game 3, Arsenal 2, and Liverpool spanked Manchester United 3-1. Current table situation is Liverpool sitting top on 45, Man City second on 44, Spurs third on 39, Chelsea fourth on 37, Arsenal fifth on 34, and Man United sixth on 26. Boy.
So we could pretty much rule Man United out the top 4.
Yeah, the top 5 is for the top 5. I think it's between Tottenham, Chelsea, and Arsenal who are going to get the top 2 spots. The remaining 2 spots, I think Liverpool, Man City secured first and second.
Jeez, man United got. Did anyone watch the game today?
Yeah,
I watched bits of it.
I watched the Arsenal. To be fair, I watched the Arsenal game.
Yeah, did anyone watch the Liverpool United game?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what did you think of it? I watched it as well. What did you think of it?
And we get to bed now.
Things that stood out for me were, first of all, Mourinho's team. I thought Liverpool dominated him at times. It just stands out to me, Man United have got too many players that are not good enough to play for Manchester United. They can go on about the manager this, the players not backing the manager. Too many of them players are not good enough, full stop, to play for Manchester United.
But you know what? Sorry, mate. Go on.
That's all right. And that is it. Like, yes, people going about Lukaku and stuff like that, but I just don't feel that Mourinho knows what his best team is. It seems he's not picking players in form. It's almost he's picking players that either he feels respected and doesn't matter whether they are actually the best players for that position or not. I mean, you've got a World Cup winner in Paul Pogba sat on the bench. You're playing realistically what is one of your biggest games of the season, and you're 3-1 down, 10 minutes to go, whatever, and he's still sat there, and he must be looking at that thinking. So does the manager realistically think that Marouane Fellaini is a better centre midfielder than I am? Because that must be what's going through his mind when he's sat there. And I just think they're in big trouble, Man U. I think they need to change so much playing staff. They need to change the manager. I would get rid of Ed Woodward as well, and just have a complete restructure there.
The thing is with Man United is how many of them players in the squad or even the first team would walk into any other top 4 teams?
Oh, well, I think that De Gea gets in every team in my eyes.
Yeah, agree.
That's a fair shout.
And then you look at it like I've never seen Pogba have a great game. I've seen him do great things in a game, but
in the World Cup he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't a standout star. Do you know what I mean?
He would do something in
that final, man. He dominated that final.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is, don't get me wrong, I'm not disputing. He did have a good World Cup, but a standout star for France this year was in the World Cup was who? Mbappe.
Yeah, but I think he more caught the headlines because he was young. He's 18. It was his first World Cup, all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But performance-wise, him, Pogba and Kante in the middle of the field. Remember, they played 2 in midfield. Yeah, they played the 4-2-3-1. Yeah, and him and Kante in midfield absolutely bossed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now fair dues. Coming back to what I was saying is like, take Manchester United back 10. How many of them first would get into other top 4 clubs? A lot.
Yeah.
Now, Manchester United haven't got that at the moment, and I think that's where they're majorly wrong. They've got, to be fair, they've got a lot of bog average players in their squad. And they're like, for example, I don't really rate Smalling, and they've just signed him up to a new contract.
Oh, no, I don't rate him either. I don't rate any of their defenders.
No.
Yeah, go on, Hassan.
When you play, yeah? These players in confidence, like Sanchez, come on. You know what I mean? Like Sanchez, he's a decent player. Very, very well. He's world class in my eyes. You know what I mean? He's not playing. He's not even getting in the pitch. Why? I think there's a lot of confidence. I think if a new manager come in, give him a little bit of rejuvenation, played the way that Man United play and plays the way that suits the players that he's got, I personally think they would then grow in confidence, and then you'll see better out of them players. I'm not saying them players are world class. I think their defence has a lot to ask for. But, going back into it, like Pogba, Lingard, Rashford. I mean, Rashford's having a bad time at the moment. Martial.
Yeah, but you think like Lingard and Rashford and that, they play brilliant for England and that. So, like, you know what I mean? Like
so why is that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Though. Is it the manager? Is it that the players aren't that good, or is it that they're getting instructed to play a certain way? You know what I mean? Like more discipline first.
I think it's the manager.
Because like I see it like this year. Like I see it like this. Like when Ferguson left, yeah, Smalling, Phil Jones, like they weren't the best of defenders, but they won on the league. You know what I mean? Since he's gone, fair enough. Moyes was never going to win anything. Van Gaal really was never going to win anything. He was just like a prehistoric, like going back to like early 2000s or whatever. You know what I mean? He was just a name and that really a more marketing thing. And this is the thing. This is the thing with Man United. I don't think they really know whether they want to be a football team or a marketing team. Ed Woodward's obviously is a good business marketing man, but ain't really a football man, you know what I mean? And since who was it? Is it David Gill that was there before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Him and Ferguson, like they had a rapport, you know what I mean? Like they knew, like Ferguson said what he wanted, he'd go and get it, you know what I mean? And Man United built their marketing success through winning trophies and through being successful. You know what I mean? But I think now they've sort of like, I know times have changed and it's different now. You know what I mean? You've got a lot more advertising, a lot more marketing, social media, and all this sort of things in that. But I still think that like marketing still comes from being successful. And if Man United don't start being successful, or like I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time before they fade out.
I think I don't think they'll ever fade out. I think that losing Sir Alex Ferguson was a big thing for them, and they didn't. The Moyes come in, they didn't give Moyes the time. They didn't have the reputation that Fergie had, and it was someone that was familiar to a lot of the Man United fans in the UK. He weren't given the time. Then Louis Van Gaal come on. Look, let's be honest, Van Gaal won trophies with them.
He won. What did he win? FA Cup.
Yes, the FA Cup, right?
Yeah,
but
true.
He did again.
But that's
he didn't get the back in or nothing like this. Sorry.
But that football was dead.
It was dead. But so is the football now dead. You know what I mean? And the problem with it is they brought Mourinho in as a big name. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he plays dead out football. He wins trophies though, but he plays dead out football. And I think that's the thing. And like to give a little bit of props to Arsenal here. Like Arsenal could have been in the same situation because I know it's still fresh on the Arsenal side, but Arsenal could have been in the same situation because you had a long-standing, successful manager in Arsene Wenger. You've brought Umar in, who, to be honest with you, has really hit the road running. You know what I mean? And done well. Obviously, minus today, but you're going to have them hiccups. But minus today, he's done well. And the fans seem to be behind him and supporting him. And that's good. And I think that's Man United's problem. They just felt that they were going to switch over and find someone else who's just as good as Alex Ferguson. And that's a fucking massive arse, mate. For me, Alex Ferguson was the best manager in the world. If there's anyone that's coming close to him at the moment, I'd say it's possibly a couple of more years' time would be Pep Guardiola.
All right, and a quick question to you all before we move on from the subject on this Man United thing. Okay, so does anyone think Mourinho will be there beyond the for the start of next season?
Mourinho ain't leaving unless he gets sacked.
He's also I think he's the favourite manager to get sacked the next.
Yeah.
But,
what do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think he would last the summer, to be honest.
Yeah, Ellis?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did last that until the summer and they tried going for Pochettino. That's my feeling as a Spurs fan.
I don't think Mourinho will be at Man United next year.
Well, I
think the board have only got themselves to blame. His track record is 3 years and it crumbles.
Exactly.
Why are they giving him another deal when he's like 2 years into his current deal? Why didn't they just see the last deal out and then renegotiate at the end of the deal rather than?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, he's got. I mean, if they get rid of him, he's got like a
26 million payoff.
26 million payoff. And also, did you hear the rumors this week? Like, obviously coming out from the board, some leak. Apparently, as there always is a leak, that obviously like Pochettino is their one and only target.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like for when he goes, and there's also talks of him going back to Real Madrid because obviously the Real Madrid manager ain't doing too good and. He's still loved over there. So
yeah, but I want to go back to Maurizio. Like, of course, there's going to be reports. That's all they do is one after the other, mate. It's like Spurs doing all right and they want to lose. Spurs lose their manager. Spurs will lose their centre back. Spurs will lose their midfielder. Spurs.
That's football, though, isn't it?
You know what? I'm not football. And listen, I'm not going to be stupid enough. I'm not naive enough to think that Man United are by far the biggest club in England and possibly in the world. Yeah. But I honestly am that confident that Maurizio Pochettino will not leave Spurs to go to Man United.
All right, cool. All right,
I'm pretty confident in that, but let's see. I could well be wrong.
All right, we'll end it on that one. And as it was Liverpool did actually win, so we'll just have a quick word on Liverpool. What's your thoughts on Liverpool this season? We'll go to Hakan quickly first.
Yeah. Liverpool this season have gone on to the next level from last season. I think they've got the best to challenge Man City. It's mostly sound a bit stupid because they're top of the league now, a couple of points clear. But I think they're the best equipped team to do. I still think they're going to have their rocky patch, and let's see how well they survive over that. But I still think happens in Man City.
Your internet connection's horrible, I can.
Whack, mate.
So.
Yeah, don't talk no more.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Anyway, Ellis, go on. What do you think about Liverpool this season, mate?
I think, like Hack said, they're the team that's closest to City in terms of pushing for the title. As much as I do think City will end up winning the league, I think Liverpool will push them close. But I think they're a great advert for what happens when you give a manager time, you back the manager financially, and you're not, people go on about people spending over the odds and something. But people golfed when they spent 75 mil on Van Dijk. That's looking like a great, that's a great signing now when you look at the difference they've made in their team. They've conceded 7 goals all season, and they've got strength in depth as well. So, as much as I dislike Liverpool almost as much as Spurs, I think they're gonna. Yeah, they've done all right, and they'll fall away. Though I think they'll fall away.
Yeah, Hassan.
I personally think Liverpool. I think Man City's league this year, but I think Liverpool will push Man City all the way. I think Liverpool have just come out of a bit of a bad bit recently, and going through that bad bit, they continue to win. And that's a good sign of a team that's going to, definitely challenge or the team that could possibly win the league this year. I've been pretty impressed with them, and just going back on what Matt said, 75 mil for Van Dijk, Alisson Becker, the money they spent on him, we all thought it was ridiculous money, but you made that investment at the time. It was ridiculous money, but mate, it's coming to fruition now, and it's worth the money that they've done. Like Matt's just reiterated, seven goals they conceded this year in the league. It's not bad going, man. In how many games we played? 15, 16, is it? 17 games. Do you know what I mean? It's not bad. I think Liverpool doing all right. I think Man City first, Liverpool second.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Liverpool definitely invested well after last year. Obviously, the Champions League final, goalkeeper heroics and that defensive woes. Even though Lovren claiming he was the best defender in the world and that, you know what I mean. But no, he done well. Money talks, as they say. But as well as spending the money, you got to get the right players to fit the team, and I think they've done that well. I think definitely got the strength in depth. And I tell you what else as well. And this is where you guys, I think, Mr. Shout as well. Shaqiri, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Any of us could have done with him, to be fair.
To be fair, yeah, exactly that, yeah. And when you think about Liverpool, I mean, you got to think they've still got Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, they've got about 100 midfielders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's going to be, I mean, they've got the strength and depth to challenge City. It's just whether they can keep up the consistency. You know what I mean? Fingers with Klopp, obviously. Fingers with Liverpool, I think their front three is obviously amazing and that. But I think, can Sturridge keep it up for, if there was injuries, could he keep it up for 10 games on the trot? Who else did they play up there?
But you got Sturridge, you got Lallana, you've got Shaqiri.
Yeah, Lallana though. I mean, come on, he's been injury prone for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I know he's been injury prone, but when he's playing, he's a decent player, man. You can't knock that.
I honestly think the testing times of Liverpool are going to be arriving real soon. And it's just simple to the simple fact that Van Dijk's done well for them, and they've only let in 7 goals this season. And Van Dijk's improved their defence compared to what it was last year when they had bad issues. But Gomez, who are highly rated as well, he's just got a bad injury, and he's out. And then also Matip's just gone out as well. So in effect, they've got. Today they've won 3-1, but I don't think it's going to be hard for a Liverpool team at this present moment to get themselves hyped up at home against Man United and beat them. But it's going to be testing from the next couple of weeks to see how they sort out that central back issue and how they go on from that. But
but don't forget, Yeah, but don't forget they've got Lovren, man. You know what I mean? Best centre back in the world.
He's sicker than sick, Rubai.
Lovren started. They conceded today.
We'll quickly
Come
go.
on, okay, just move on.
All right, well, we might as well talk about our game because that was the other game on today. Southampton 3, Arsenal 2. You know what I mean? Our 22 game comes to an end, winning or not losing streak comes to an end. I might as well kick it off. I watched it today. It was all right. It wasn't the best. I thought again, no. You know what I mean? Emre's done good. He's done more than good. You know what I mean? Since he's come in and that. But I'm starting to get a bit worried about these halftime substitutions and all this sort of thing. I think defensively, this was probably our worst defensive game in the last couple of, probably about 3 or 4 games. We've done all right defensively, I think, for the last couple of weeks, but today was a bit of a letdown. But as well, I think we've had a long stint of hard games this month. You know, I mean, we had you guys, Man United. We've had the Europa League. We've had, you know, I mean, so it's been a long haul, but yeah, it had to come sooner or later. It's just a shame that it was to flipping Southampton now. You know what I mean? They've basically bottom of the league and done duper all season and that, but that's just typical Arsenal. But yeah, it's just gonna be good to see how we recover, how we turn back, yeah, and how we respond to that.
But don't forget on one thing, and this is a bit of a thingy, like when a team gets a new manager in, the players all seem to up their game. Do you know what I mean? And okay, we played them the week before, but their manager actually wasn't in place. Although he was in place, he just signed, he was sitting in the stadium pitch, he weren't in control of the game. Today, he was in control of the game, and obviously the players up their ante, and they got a result, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's true, yeah.
Not taking anything.
We just weren't at the horses today, though. I mean, we just wasn't. Our passing was awful. You can tell that we're on thin ice and we've got a lot of injuries at the moment. Defensively, even midfield. You know what I mean? Guendouzi, as much as I love him and that, and he's been good. He's not someone that I'd stick in as a first teamer. You know what I mean? So, but you know what I mean? You can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too pissed off. We've had 22 games where we haven't lost, so I can't really ask for much more than that. If you'd have told me at the start of the season, I'd have beat your hand off. So, yeah.
Do you know what? I'll give my opinion, right? Because I watched the game, and I'll give you an honest opinion from a Spurs fan. I think, all in all, to answer a couple of questions, like he does make a few half-time substitutions. I think that's just simply because he's still trying to get used to his squad and trying to know his squad, who he can trust, who he can't, the fitness levels, and so on. And he's going to take at least a season to do that. And you can't expect him to come in and win the Premier League straight away. He's going to have to rebuild that squad, as I suppose all you Arsenal fans would expect. But I feel one thing with Arsenal, they always know how to keep themselves in the game. And I think there was Mkhitaryan's first goal was a good goal. Do you know what I mean? Good header. I think the goalkeeper could have done slightly better. Second goal was a bit fortunate as well. All in all, I think, repeating what Hass said, it's really hard to play against a team who's just had a new manager coming, so they all up it up, especially for the first 2 or 3 games. And that's just, the sort of result you got today was the sort of result Spurs would have, to be fair. That's what a lot of Arsenal fans and a lot of other fans would call the Spursy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate. The goalkeeping for the last goal, that was definitely Spursy.
Big time, mate. I looked at that. When he came out, I thought, easy.
I thought he was sipping some of flipping Lloris's alcohol and that way he come out for that flipping job there. But you know
I get a little bit concerned about Leno now. Like we've had I know it's new to the league and it's a new signing and it's a new era and stuff like that at the club, but he's made sort of 3 mistakes in the last 3 games, if you think about it.
Yeah, yes.
You know, the last 3 or 4 games. You got to think about the Eric Dyer goal, like you'd expect him to save that.
Yeah.
Yes, the mix-up between him and Kolasinac for
United's
equaliser.
Yeah.
You're always, as a goalkeeper, you're always told, come out, clear it out. If they're stupid enough to be in the way, then that's their problem. Don't worry about it.
And that's what he's renowned for as well. You know what I mean?
and then today for the third goal as well. So,
Yeah,
like you guys have said, if someone had said to you, you know what, you're gonna go on an unbeaten run for 22 games a season, you'd have taken it all down. I think that result has been coming for a while.
yeah,
The things that
definitely.
does concern me a little this stat that we've never been in the lead in a game at half time. Does that mean he uses the first half to experiment? Does he get things wrong and he changes it at half time? Yes, he does. But I would feel a lot more confident and comfortable if we're actually going into half time with a lead, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think we do look tired. We do look a little bit leggy, and the defensive injuries are starting to cost us. I think Holding was having a fantastic season. The way he's come on, he was up there with one of the most improved players we've had. Yes, he is prone to an error, but let's not forget he's still young. And he came from Bolton Wanderers at the end of the day. It's not like he's been playing at the top level for years. So,
and you got to remember, bruv, he was only at Bolton for a season or two.
So, yeah. So he's still finding his feet, so to speak. So that's cost us. I think we all have to admit, like, Kishani's not going to be the defender he once was.
Nah, he's looking. He even looks old in the face, bro. Don't he?
Yeah, I thought that as well.
He's got wrinkles and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, can someone mute their mic? Whoever's making a tea.
So I think we do have to. That's our next area that we need to strengthen is in defence. Socrates will be. He's served his 1 match ban now. Mustafi, I'd quite like to get rid of him, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring someone else in. I think we need to go out and we need to do what Liverpool did with Van Dijk. Go out and pay over the odds for somebody in January. Get it done.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen in January, though, is it?
Yeah, there's not a lot of value to be had in January and stuff like that in the market.
It's pretty funny because I was actually looking at I saw a stat earlier on, and it was like I didn't realise how poor how many goals you've let in this season. To be fair, I think
20. What was it? 27 now.
27. See, that's bad, man. To be fair, for a top team, I think they've conceded more goals than Newcastle. Am I right in saying?
Probably.
Yeah, and a couple of others. And I was quite surprised when I saw it. I was like, "Wow, really?"
Yeah.
I didn't realise that, But I think you're right. I think that's where you need to expend your money is in defence.
I mean, it's hard because you've got to think. I mean, really and truly, he's only really had Socrates come into the defence. Leno's coming as well as a goalkeeper. He's young for a goalkeeper as well. You've got to remember that. You know what I mean? So he's going to make mistakes in that. You know what I mean? But I think give him 2 seasons. I think he'll turn out to be a top keeper.
Yeah.
I think these. You know what I mean? These Germans, but really and truly, I know what you mean. For now, we need it now because we need to be making Champions League now. You know what I mean? We need to get that Champions League money back. You know what I mean? But and also as well, you got to think Liechtensteiner came in. He's good. I think he's good for the squad, but playing wise, you can see he's not got it no more.
His limitations. The fact that he dragged him off from Maitland-Niles today as well.
Yeah. You can see he's. But I mean, do you know what though? I would love to see what's his name, Liechtensteiner gone to the coaching staff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good coach, man. He'd be a good coach.
Definitely. So, for me, going into January, get a centre half, get a winger, and I'll be really happy. Don't want Gary Cahill, which has been mentioned over the last week.
I'll forget that.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, cool. Right. Well, let's move on to the other North London homeless people's centre called the Old Spurs. What was it?
People are doing all right at the moment, aren't they?
They are doing all right. I tell you, you are. You like the big issue guys, mate. You're
dickheads. I'll tell you something now, man. Going on this Spurs game, right? Like, I honestly thought yesterday, and I said it, like, oh God, this is going to be a 0-0. Just couldn't see us winning the game. Created chance after chance, and I thought, we're not going to win this game, man. But to pop up in the 91st minute and score that goal, just fucking buzzing for that, mate. I know it's only against Burnley, but that's what we need to do more. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're struggling to break teams down, we need to continue to do it and get that bit of luck in the last dying minutes and get them results. And that's what we've done. I was buzzing for that result yesterday. Although it's only against Burnley, and Burnley started wasting time like with 30 minutes to go. But, mate, what a performance. And I will say one thing about Maurizio. He does give youth an option, youth a chance. And he gave our young midfield prodigy, Oliver Skip, an opportunity yesterday. And to be fair to him, he didn't look out of place, mate. He done well.
Yeah.
I thought he'd done well for someone that's to come in. He found out an hour and a half before kick-off that he was playing. And he went in there and I saw his post-match interview, and after, and I was like, mate, the guy looks so nervous. You know what I mean? He was like, I was just really proud, and kept going about how he was so happy the team got 3 points, but yeah, he was happy to get his opportunity, and he looked so nervous, and it was about pride through happiness, and man, that's what I love, and that's what I love about Maurizio. And you know, Maurizio, right, is the third manager to win 100 games with one club, right, in a short space of time. There's only 2 other managers in front of him, and I think one was Mourinho with 142 games, 100 matches. Then you've got Ferguson, I think it was like 157, and then you got Poch with 169, mate. You know, that's I know we're not winning trophies, man. I know that, but come on, he's doing wonders for us, mate. Honestly, anyone that sits there and tells me he's not a good manager, I'm not saying any of you guys do, because I know what you guys think about him. But any people out there that say, "Oh, he's not a good manager," I can't take you seriously, mate.
Hey.
Hating, mate. That's hating. That's what it is.
Dude, I just can't take you. He needs that trophy. I agree he needs that trophy. But for everything else he's doing, since he's been at the club, mate, he's got a net spend of £29 million.
That's what I'm saying. But do you know what? But maybe I don't think people say that he's not a bad manager, bro. I think I think they just say that it's just Spursy, isn't it? Spursy is just
but I do think Spursy. I think since he's been in touch with us, I think the longer he's there, I think Spursy's coming away from us. You know what I mean? There's no more Spursy happening at the moment. Touch wood.
No,
yes,
there
isn't. Been a Spursy moment during that game.
Until you win a trophy, you'll still be Spursy. I'll tell you what, yeah, you lot, I've got that same gene as Newcastle.
Oh, fuck off.
No, you're better than Newcastle, obviously. But what I'm saying is, like, remember when Newcastle was like doing wicked, badding it up in that, like in
Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
We're gonna win the league.
Yeah, they was always up there in that for about 5 or 6 seasons. They was always up there, but they just never won anything. You know what I mean? And that's what I can just see with like Spurs.
I think you're right to a degree, then, boy. I think you're right. I'm not doing comparison to Newcastle
because you lot have been in this position a couple of times before. Yeah. You got to remember that with Harry. You know what I mean? And I think there's someone before that where you've been in the top 4, you've been challenging up there. You know what I mean? And it's just at the last minute, you just crumbled.
I mean, it's just that trophy we need, mate, and that's the thing we need. We need that trophy, you know. And
you need that League Cup. That's what you need.
Whether it's Carabao Cup, whether it's the FA Cup, whether it's the Champions League, you know what I mean. Whatever it is, mate, you know, we need something, you know. And I think getting that one trophy could hopefully trigger us on to win a couple more.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about yesterday's game?
I think if we didn't win that game, that would have been a Spursy moment, especially considering that they didn't even have a shot on target. There's wasted times in the first half. To be honest, Burnley yesterday was a team I would absolutely hate to support the way they played. Seriously, that's not football though, man. That's literally coming and looking for a draw. And don't get me wrong, I know these teams have got to come in and try and scrounge a point or whatever, but you also got to have that some sort of ambition to win the game, even if it's playing like 2 people on the counter attack or something. Do you know what I mean? They were so poor yesterday, and you can see the reason why they are where they are playing like that. They have no ambition going forward. But finally, we grinded out that result. 92nd minute, Christian Eriksen, mate. We need to wrap him up to another new contract. But yeah, to be honest, we've had a good take away the Arsenal game. We've had a really good run. We've had a really good run lately of the late.
But just quickly going off that, I can see Burnley. What you said about Burnley, The thing about it is, teams that are at the bottom struggling, they're not looking at the big six, the top six, and saying, "What, we're going to go there and fucking press them and try and do something." They're going there trying to get a point. If they come away with a point, they're happy with that.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? They're trying to be more. They're trying to be more attacking with the weaker teams, or what they'll call teams more around their area.
I get that, but don't get me wrong. No matter what team you are, you're playing in the Premier League. Yeah, you're playing in the top league in English football. You've got to have some sort of attacking ambition. I'm not on about going out to play against us and try and go toe to toe. Do you know what I mean? Just some sort of attacking ambition. Do you know what I mean?
Where was it at?
It was at Spurs, but that's besides or at Wembley. Yeah, but that's besides the point. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have some sort of ambition. It's like, for example, like Tottenham or Arsenal, for example, going to Man City. Yeah.
Nah, you can't. Nah, that's different, bro. Because Burnley ain't on them levels there, bro.
Okay, fair enough. It's like Arsenal going to Man City then.
No dickhead.
Okay, it's like
I think like you got to think, yeah, bro. Like realistically, yeah, you've got like the top eight teams, nine teams, yeah, that can really do like. I mean, any team could be any team on their day, but really and truly, you've got the top 8 teams here that have got a bit of peas, that can spend money, and then you've got the other 9 teams that really are just hanging in there.
I wouldn't even say, whether you can spend money or not, you've got to have some sort of ambition. It's like,
yeah, of course, but obviously like for instance, yeah, a Burnley. I mean, how many? All right. How many teams in the bottom half of the table could test any of the top 6? Really and truly.
Look, let's be honest about it. Anyone could beat anyone in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I mean,
Southampton beating you guys today, and obviously not saying, but that could happen.
Yeah,
of
course.
But what my point is, I know what you're saying, Bill. I mean, if you look at the top, I would say look at the top 5 at this current moment. They're battling for top 4. Then you look at from 6 down to say 9th. They're looking for getting the Europa League space. Then after that, you've got your mid-set teams that are just doodling about, just trying to survive, get to that 42 mark because they want to get to that safety position. Then the rest of the battle zone.
I'll tell you what it is, yeah, bruv. Right, you've got the top 6, yeah, as we all know it, yeah. Obviously, you've got to include Man United because they're a big club and they've got peas. And right. After that, you've got Everton, you got your West Hams, and you got Leicester. Put Leicester in there.
You got Everton, Leicester, West Ham, Wolves at the moment.
I wouldn't even read it. Wolves, yeah, Wolves are also on the fringes. And who else? Apart from that, the rest of them really are shit. Not shit, but you know what I mean. They ain't really looking to get no points away from home to one of the top 6 teams, bro.
Yeah, but at least come out some ambition, though. Not even a shot on target.
You got to think for them, yeah. If they get a 1-0 loss, yeah, bro, goal difference ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at it.
The end of the season. 100%. If they get a little draw,
little draw.
If they get a draw, they're happy with that as a point. Do you know what I mean? Against the top 6 team. A top 6 team will be sitting there thinking, man, I can't believe I've dropped 2 points.
Exactly.
They're looking at, mate, we've gained a point. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly
and
that.
That's how it is, unfortunately, for them teams, because there's so much money in the Premier League. It's so important for them to survive. But just looking at the fixtures for next week now, what the hell's happening with Tottenham Arsenal fixtures? It's like Spurs play them, a week later Arsenal play them. We played Southampton last week, you played them this week. We played Burnley this week, you'll play them next week.
You know what I mean? And then in between that, we've got you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Did you
just one thing on Burnley as well?
Yeah.
Is Dyche starting to get found out? Is he on borrowed time now, do you think, with their league position? Everyone was calling him the Ginger Mourinho at one point and talked about this job, talked about that job.
Have they invested though?
No, they don't.
They haven't. You got to put it in.
Yeah, they don't.
They do so much with the resources he's got.
Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love about the UK, mate? Is we get so carried away when someone does decent for 1 year.
Yeah,
but all right, but the thing is though, yeah, even if Dyche had investment, yeah, what style of play does Dyche? What does he bring as a manager? What kind of style of play would he bring? If you give him, or if they said, all right, look, you got 200 million, yeah, you can spend, you get 4 players in, Yeah, one in each position. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He brings 4 players in to bring a style of football. Dyche, what kind of style of football does Dyche bring?
I think he's a direct, competitive manager.
Boring,
Direct,
isn't it?
competitive. Yeah, of course.
Boring, isn't it? Mourinho 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, so I think Burnley's the right club for him. He ain't gonna go nowhere. He knows he ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
And as long as he can keep them in the Premier League, scraping the barrels, and
Yeah.
even if they go down to the Championship, like they did last time, they'll stick with him because they know that he can get them back in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But really and truly, Burnley aren't a club that's really looking to expand. They ain't got the infrastructure, the fan base. You know what I mean? So they're good right now, man. I think they're just putting along nicely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, should we move on quickly as well? Last one, Man City, Everton yesterday. Was it 3-1? 3-1 City.
Yeah, 3-1 City. Yeah.
City looking good as usual. I mean,
Clinical.
Yeah, I mean, can anyone see them losing it this year, even to Liverpool?
No, I think it's theirs to lose. Shall I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with City, and the difference between City and Liverpool is I think City will be able to handle going far in the Champions League and still being competitive in the league because of the level of squad depth. I think Liverpool haven't necessarily got, as much as they've got a good squad, they haven't got the same quality throughout the squad as Man City has, if that makes sense. So I think City will be able to juggle both a lot better than Liverpool will do, and that's why they'll end up winning it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Well, what I will do is not taking anything away from City, but Everton's defending yesterday was poor, man. How's Raheem scoring a header? You know what I mean? And I'm happy. And you know what? I'm happy he scored yesterday as well. Just to shut these other idiots up who just don't understand the concept of what he's talking about regarding the racism issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a black player or an Indian player, an Asian player. No, it's a player.
Yeah.
It's a player. They need to understand that. It's a player. It doesn't matter if he's green, brown, pink, blue, yellow, whatever colour he is, he's still a player. You cut anyone, they're red. Simple as that.
Goodness, they're red.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I'm blue, mate. I'm blue.
I can.
Well, you're a Smurf.
Yeah, mate. If you cut me open, mate, I'm Tottenham, navy blue. Yeah, to be honest, mate, I think Man City's to lose, mate. I can't see anything much more. To be honest, I don't see how they can lose it. I think the only people I said it before, the only people to challenge them with this season will be Liverpool.
Yeah.
To be honest, and that will be 2 seasons on the bounce. Now, the big test for Man City is next season, I think. If they go out and if they're looking this strong against all the teams next season, then wow, you've got to be speaking about one of the best Premier League teams to be playing.
Yeah, but what about Champions League? I think Champions League's more their thing,
ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Champions League, and Liverpool showed it last year. You'd never have said Liverpool would have got to the final at the start of the season. There isn't a Champions League in the group stage. I think it literally can be anyone in the Champions League, anyone in the big boys.
Yeah.
PSG's time to win it, really, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
If you look at that.
And just a quick question before we wrap this show up, yeah. Talking about Champions League and talking about Man City, Pep, yeah. Now, obviously, we all know he's probably the best manager in the world. Do you know what I mean? But he's only won 1 Champions League with Barcelona, with 3 clubs. Spent a hell of a lot of money with all the clubs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what's everyone's take on that?
I think he has to win. Everyone's talking about was Klopp and that are under pressure. I think to a certain extent, Pep's under the same amount of pressure, but to deliver the Champions League. Like, he has to win the Champions League with City. The amount of investment he's had, you know, he literally can give a shopping list and they go and get him whoever he wants.
Exactly.
But I'm going to say something. I agree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's the be all and end all if we don't win that league, if we don't win that Champions League. Although that's what you need to start doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not even saying this season, but say like next season.
Oh yeah, next 2 or 3 years.
How long do we give him? You know what I mean? That's my question. How long do we give him?
It's not us. It's Man City. You'll
think,
give them the time.
I think
Well, yeah.
You've got to give him 5 seasons for being a Man City Man City manager to win that Champions League. In that 5 seasons, he would obviously win leagues, which he has done. And I also think he would build a squad capable of actually being one of the favourites for the Champions League. And they're not far off it, to be fair.
Boys, I've got one question quickly, right, before we finish this up. And I want to ask this question now. And then I'm sure we're going to ask this question a few more times before the end of the season. But as it currently stands, and what you're seeing and what you're thinking, what name me your top 4?
Top 4.
Who wants to go for? Glenn, will you go first?
Top four. I say obviously Man City. I think we're going to win it. Liverpool second. Third, I'm going for. Do you know what? Third and fourth, I can't decide. Third and fourth, I think it's between 3 teams, isn't it? It's
select, but select what you want to select now at the moment. Then we'll ask this again after the Christmas and New Year fixtures.
All right,
and then we'll see how well we've got on with it, what we thought. Because I think it will change, obviously, but I just think it'll be.
All right, then I say third will be Tottenham, and I say fourth will be us, and I think Chelsea will finish 5th and United 6th.
Okay, Ellis.
I agree with that. I think Chelsea will fall away a little bit. And
they've got no strikers, man, and if Hazard gets injured, it's over.
So I think City first, Liverpool second, you lot third, us fourth.
Okay.
I'd agree with the top 3. I do think it's a battle out of the 2, Chelsea and the Arsenal. I'll mostly go with you guys, to be honest, with Arsenal, and say Chelsea would just miss out.
I'm going to be a bit controversial here now. I'm going to go with Man City, Liverpool.
Spurs first.
No, I can only wish on that one, mate. I'm not that deluded. Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, and I'm going to go with Chelsea at this precise moment. However, if Arsenal strengthen at the back in the January transfer, I'll definitely talk about rounds. But for the time being, that's what I'm going with. And we'll see how it goes. We'll ask this question again after the New Year and that.
Cool.
After we've had that big pile up of fixtures.
You know what I mean? Our Christmas stockings of fixtures. Right, so we'll wrap that up then. This is In the Box. This is the 4 Turnstiles. This is our first show for the evening. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes or so, rounding up with Hakan's quiz and also talking Europa and Champions League reviews. So we're back in about 10 minutes. Want to sign out, guys?
Peace.
Later.
Peace.